That went into effect earlier this year, and it is facing an upcoming deadline, and a lot of people are not happy about it. It is the Corporate Transparency Act that requires certain businesses to file a beneficial ownership information report. Joining us now to tell us more about it is attorney Hall Cunneen, and she's here. And Dawn, thanks so much for coming by. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, so this is the Beneficial Ownership Information Report. Let's talk about why they want this report. What's the purpose of it?
Sure. January 1, 2024, the Corporate Transparency Act went into effect. And the stated purpose of the act is to prevent people from creating shell companies to hide money and move money around, and therefore be able to engage in criminal activity that the government can't easily identify.
That's the stated purpose.
Yes.
Is there another theory as to why the government is doing this?
Well, many people are quite upset with this because large corporations are exempt, and so this applies to smaller companies, and there is a perception that this may be just, another means for the government to track more closely small businesses who really don't have the resources.
So big public companies like Amazon and Apple, those companies don't have to do this.
They don't.
But a small business owner, a mom and pop, maybe a sole practitioner would?
Yes, it applies to all entities that are formed by filing a document with the Secretary of State. So corporations, LLCs, and all these small business owners are now required to file the beneficial owner information report, and there are steep fines if they don't. $500 a day, $10,000 fine, 2 years in prison if it goes on for too long.
Wow.
So many people are going to be caught up into this net without even realizing they had a requirement.
So what is this report? What would you have to do to fill out the report?
The report is so simple, actually. It's just the beneficial owner, the person who owns 25% or more of the company or has substantial control of the company. So they just have to fill out a simple report. That's their name, address, and a government ID document number. So it's a very simple report, but the resistance to it is the small business owners don't appreciate being tracked.
Yeah. So is it once a year you fill this report out?
It's one time, and if your organization existed before January 1 of 2024, then you have till December 31 of this year to file your report. But if you form a new organization in 2024, you only have 90 days to file the report.
So how would filing the report, let's say you own a barber shop or an ice cream shop, right? You file the report and that somehow prevents you from creating all kinds of shell companies and hiding money and kind of these complex corporation schemes?
I think it doesn't prevent you from doing anything, but what it is a way for the government to track if you have 70, 80, companies, and then they'll start looking at you, and there's no magic number, but if you form a lot of companies, they'll start looking at your activities.
All right. Hall Cunneen. Thanks so much for coming by, Dawn.
Thank you.
Okay, appreciate that. Teresa.
Logan.